commitment to the rule of law provides a basic assurance that people can know what to expect, whether what they do is popular or unpopular at the time.
Rule of law is essential to the functioning of the international system, the national system, and therefore foreign policy. Basically, because what is important is to have some kind of regularity so that institutions don't act arbitrarily, but act according to the basis of justice, and so that the citizens of a country know what is expected of them.
Rule of law, and Justice O'Connor embodies this. Rule of law is about understanding the meaning of belonging to a community, participating in it, and making it better.
Well, the concept of the rule of law is that we do have a legal system in our country with legal principles, and that we're going to honor those as we address issues that come to us. We're going to apply the same legal principles, whether the question comes from some poor little fellow who has a problem locally, or whether it's some huge company that has a great issue of great money involved. Same principles apply. And we have a remarkable system here, in a way, and we have to keep it working for us.
Well, Justice O'Connor has been a stellar member of the Supreme Court, and when she was named, it was a great victory for the rule of law generally. And she not only operated in the most remarkable way as a member of the Supreme Court, but she also felt, from my conversations with her and dealing with her, that there was a larger responsibility, or an international one, in terms of helping new democracies understand the importance of the rule of law.
Everyone in this room and everyone in this nation has the reason to love someone who has done what Justice O'Connor has done and continues to do.
I'm proud of the things that she's done that a lot of people have never heard about. Even after office and during office, it's all the other things that really didn't make the news and people didn't know about that my mom has done. And that's ranged from going to third world countries where they had what you'd call a kangaroo court to try to help those evolving countries with their Supreme Courts. And I mean, she's done that in multiple continents.
Oh, probably a little bit more than 10 years ago, when the judiciary in the United States, and in particular the federal judiciary, was under an unusually heavy barrage. It really did raise the possibility of a real threat to judicial independence in the United States. We could all see that, but the difference was that Justice O'Connor got together with Justice Breyer and to point out ways in which they could counter it.
She and I actually got to know each other at a time in the post-Cold War world, after the fall of the wall and the Velvet Revolution and what happened in Poland and Hungary, in terms of looking at Central and Eastern Europe about what could be done to establish the rule of law, to have people understand the importance of writing the laws, and then to have judges that were independent, that could in fact interpret the law.
Certainly in the legal mind of America, the title of the first woman is indelibly Justice O'Connor's title. She was sort of the Eve of the Supreme Court, and unlike the first Eve, she did not get turfed out of the garden.
First, when she was appointed to the Supreme Court, it was an astounding moment for women in law. And I tell young lawyers today, I said, I don't think you can appreciate how important that was to us, because we've been told that there were so many areas of law that we weren't welcomed in. There were so many areas of law where many lawyers thought women couldn't succeed. But once we had a woman on the Supreme Court, it was hard to say that we couldn't do anything that we wanted to, because she was at the pinnacle.
I love her to pieces. Justice O'Connor was my first friend on the Supreme Court.
She is truly a dedicated person to the concept and the universality of the rule of law. I'm very glad that a prize such as this is in her name.
I like the double meaning of the Justice Prize. It obviously is referring to Justice O'Connor, mom to me, but there's a double meaning there. And I think the Justice Prize not as something just coming from Justice O'Connor and ASU, but it's recognizing the good work of others that have furthered justice in our community or in the world.
I feel honored and at the same time humbled by receiving such a prize, just named after someone that I really admire.
Well, it's fabulous that a president has seen fit to think it's worthy of his time and influence to accept it and make it even more recognizable than it already is. And I think it's a great honor that he's willing to do that.
Couldn't think of a better recipient. I think there's some serendipity here in that I think my mom and President Carter exemplify two people that what they've done after their time in office was just as accomplished, if not more, to the community, to justice, and what you can continue to do after your days in office.
Thanks for this opportunity to talk about the great things that President Carter has done and the incredible role model he's been for all of us. Not only did he do great work as President of the United States, but he did meaningful work throughout his entire life. In fact, some have said that his post-career presidency was even better. Our foundation has had a chance to partner with Jimmy on many different things. He and my dad went to Africa together when we were first getting going to understand HIV. He created the Carter Center, who's done amazing work on guinea worm and other neglected diseases. Melinda and I saw him down in Plains just last year, and it was wonderful to listen to his thoughts about the world, also to meet with Rosalind and hear about how he's still thinking about the world, contributing, cares a lot. His house was very special because he's painted a lot of the paintings, he's built a lot of the furniture, and it's kind of a tradition of people with very straightforward values, very strong beliefs, more like Thomas Jefferson or Abraham Lincoln, but in this case, it's his own skill with the chisel and the lathe, and his energy is really fantastic. His books made a huge difference, and so he set such an amazing example, person who's made a huge difference and that I deeply, deeply admire. So President Carter, congratulations on winning the O'Connor Justice Prize. You've had so much impact. You've helped billions around the world, and you continue to be a great inspiration.